Good morning, students. Welcome on the onset of online learning platform. I hope that you all have enjoyed your summer vacation. Today, after a long time, we are going to start chapter number 3rd of class 7th Geography, Our Changing Earth. So I hope that in that long duration in the summer vacation, you have forgotten the things you have read, you have studied. So it is very important to recapitulate the things which have been read. In this chapter, we have read about lithosphere. We have read about earthquakes, volcanoes. You know that what is volcano? A volcano is a vent opening in the earth's crust through which molten material erupts. We read in this chapter about two forces which works inside the earth and outside the earth, that is endogenic means inside and exogenic means outside. And because of these forces, whatever the changes occurs whatever the changes occurs on the earth, we can see. We have read in this chapter about major landforms, weathering and erosion. We also know that what is weathering? Breaking of the rocks on the surface into pieces, we can say that. And erosion, we have also read. Erosion means is the wearing away of the landscape. Whatever the pieces that are broken from the rocks, that portion or anything that will be broken, that will be eroded by the agent wind, water and ice, and that will be deposited on the another place. Understand? We have also studied about waterfall, oxbow lake, meanders, floodplain. We read about distributary. What is distributary? Distributary means when the river as the river approaches the sea, the speed of the flowing water decreases and the river begins to break up into a number of streams called distributaries, and the rivers become so slow that it begins to deposit its load. Each distributary forms its own mouth. The collection of sediments form all the mouth from a delta. So I hope that you have understood all these subtopics clearly. So we are going to read further subtopics in the chapter. Today we will study about the subtopics: work of the sea caps, work of ice, work of wind. So let us come on the subtopic: work of sea waves. The erosion and deposition of the sea waves gives rise to coastal landforms. Sea waves continuously strike at the rocks, cracks develop over time, they become larger and wider. Thus, hollow like caves are formed on the rocks, they are called sea caves. Understand? As you know that because of erosion and deposition, to the help of sea waves, erosion and deposition takes place and take the structure of coastal landforms when the sea waves continuously strike at the rocks near the sea. Sea waves continuously strike at the rocks, then cracks develop. Cracks will be developed. And when over time they become larger and wider, thus hollow like capes are formed on the rocks. And they are called sea capes. As you know that when the sea waves continuously strike on the rock, and it will take hollow like structure, and these hollow like structure are called sea capes. Understand? You are watching in the figure. And when the hollow like structure, these cavities become bigger and bigger, and only the roof of the caps remain. Only the roof of the caps remain, thus forming sea arcs. Understand? And when these cavities will become larger and larger because of sea waves, so the big cavities will be known as sea arcs. Understand? As you watch in the figure. After that, further erosion breaks the roof and only walls are left. And after that, because of erosion, only walls will be left, and these wall-like features are called stack. You can observe in the figure, only wall-like structure will be remain because of erosion, because of hitting of sea waves continuously, and wall-like structure will be remain, and this wall-like structure will be known as stack. Understand? The steep rocky coast rising almost vertically above sea water is called sea cliff. What is sea cliff? You are watching the figure. In the figure you are getting that the vertical rock almost vertically above sea water is called sea cliff. The steep rock. Understand? The slant steep rock that is vertical, that is called sea cliff. And the sea waves deposit, because of the sea waves deposit sediments, small particles of sand and silt along the shores and forming beaches. Understand? Come on the next. Work of ice. Glaciers are rivers of ice. What do you mean by glaciers? River of ice. And as you know that, which to erode the landscape, whatever the landscape, the scenery, the landscape, by bulldozing soil and stones to expose the solid rock below. And glaciers will do what? Erode the landscape. Whatever the landscape is there, that will be eroded. Bulldozing. What do you mean by bulldozing? Make the land flat. Understand? Expose the solid rock below, and glaciers carve out deep hollows, and after that there will be deep hollows. We can say that ditches, hollows like a structure. Understand? Cavities, there will be hollows there. And when the ice melts, when the ice will be melted, they get filled up with water and become beautiful lakes in the mountains. When the ice will be melted and it will filled up with water and become beautiful lakes in the mountains. And the material carried by the glaciers, such as rocks, big and small, sand and silts, gets deposited. And when the ice will be melted, filled up with water, become beautiful lakes in the mountains. And the material carried by the glacier, carried by the glacier water, such as rocks, big and small rocks, sand, silt, that will be deposited, and these deposits form glacial moraines. Understand? What do you mean by the term moraine? In geography, earth, stone, etc. that have been carried along by a mass of ice and left when it melted. Understand? Come on the next. Work of wind. Have you ever visited a desert? Try to collect some pictures of sand dunes. You can collect some pictures of sand dunes. An active agent of erosion and deposition in the desert is wind. And as you know that erosion and deposition takes place in desert with the help of wind. In desert, you can see rocks in the shape of mushroom, commonly called mushroom rocks. And as you know that when the wind will blow, it will take some portion of rock, erode some portion of rock, take some portion of rock, sand, and that rocks, that sand will be deposited on a one place, and it will take the shape of a mushroom. Have you ever seen the mushroom? It will be used in vegetables also. You can see the figure, mushroom like shape, and that is called mushroom rocks. After the deposition, when the wind will take sands from one place and it will left the sand on another place. Wind erode the lower section of the rock more than the upper part. You are watching the figure. Wind also erode the lower section of the rock. You are watching the figure. And the lower section of rock more than the upper part. Therefore, such rocks have narrower base and wider top. So you can watch that the top is wider in the figure you are watching also, and the base part is narrower. And when the wind blows, it lifts and transports sand from one place to another. When it stops blowing, the sand falls and gets deposited in low hill-like structure. These are called sand dunes. And what is sand dunes? When the wind will blow, it will take, lift and transport sand. It will transport sand from one place to another place, and when the wind will stop blowing, the sand will be deposited and it will take the form structure like low hill. You can see in the figure hill like structure you are watching, and that hill like structure are known as sand dunes. Understand? When the grains of sand are very fine and light, and when the grains of sand will be fine and light, the wind can carry it over very long distances. It will be light and fine. It will be carried to long distances. And when such sand is deposited in large areas, and when the such sand will be deposited in large areas, in big areas, it is called loess. And large deposits of loess is found in China. Understand? So we have completed the chapter, and after that we will come on the question answer. Thanks for watching the video. Thanks.